In a world where dreams meet reality, there exists a place where your business can flourish. That place is Shopify. Imagine having the power to craft your online store with tools that make it as easy as a gentle breeze. Whether you're an artisan of handmade wonders, a creator of digital treasures, or a curator of the latest trends, Shopify stands by your side. With its customizable templates, seamless integrations, and support that's always there, your dream store is just a heartbeat away. Join millions of visionaries around the globe and let Shopify guide you on your journey. Visit roguemedianetwork.com/Shopify. That's roguemedianetwork.com/SHOPIFY. And embark on your free trial. Shopify, where your commerce dreams come to life. This is a Rogue Media Network podcast.
White trash fight all through the night, deep in the heart of Texas. The trailer park is nice and dark, deep in the heart of Texas. That drinks his brew and he spits his chew, deep in the heart of Texas. The TV blares but no one cares, deep in the heart of Texas. Here we go!
Hey, everybody, welcome to King of the Hill podcast. I'm Mike.
And I am Rusty.
Rusty, it is That Ain't Right Friday. How you doing?
I'm doing great.
Yeah?
We're doing all right.
Yeah? Arm's getting better.
Arm is healing.
Family's good.
I can use it. You know, we're here using it.
4th of July passed.
Yeah, we're
Came
done,
and
done
went.
with that. Yeah.
Debate.
Treason Day.
We got the wonderful leaders of our country. A lot of that going on, so really, really happy about that.
Yeah, that's good.
Okay, so today, a little different. Again, based on an article that I found. This is, and when I say this, you tell me what you think they are.
Okay.
King of the Hill characters ranked by their likelihood to start a dark ambient YouTube channel.
Dark ambient
So
YouTube channel.
Tell me what a dark ambient YouTube channel is.
You tell me.
Okay.
We could Google it real fast.
In this article, it says, King of the Hill's greatest animated sitcom not invented by Matt Groening. And even when we take that little show into consideration, it's pretty close. It's also a surprisingly musical show with quite a few major and minor characters, either performing or having hard opinions about various genres and artists. But while different episodes are devoted to exploring the merits of classical, rock and roll, country, bubblegum pop, hip-hop, new metal, coffeehouse folk, and bluegrass, the show is surprisingly coy about which characters in the social media era would start a YouTube channel to share their 20-minute psychedelic, dark ambient synth compositions with the world. So,
okay. Yeah, it's just I looked it up. All it is like a dark background with synth music in the background.
Gotcha.
Yeah, dark synth.
It says, so we were left to sort it out for ourselves. Now, there are 30 of these in this list, so we're going to go pretty quick, and then we'll hit a couple of them kind of hard.
Yeah.
30, Boomhauer. Dark ambient is inherently stoner-friendly music, and Boomhauer is not only a Texas Ranger, he's a lot less chill than you would think. As far as he's concerned, we're having a dark ambient YouTube channel is probable cause for a search warrant. Governor Abbott publicly supports him on the stand.
Yeah.
I think that's pretty funny. 29, all the way down 29, Hank Hill. Believe it or not, Hank actually does have a YouTube channel boasting 50-something subscribers, and he does play music on it. However, Hank is firmly on record saying that good music consists of 2-minute stories about falling in love or burning down Georgia, which is about as far from dark ambient as you can get.
Yeah, definitely not.
Most of his love songs are about propane, not Peggy. He does his best to keep the channel on the down low. Number 28, Joe Jack. Despite his stint with the Propaniacs, Joe Jack just isn't all that interested in performing, and at any time his Spotify algorithm tries to play something chill and ambient, he just says, This music is making me feel kind of sad, honey.
Yeah.
Number 27, Kane Wasana Song. Kane definitely has a YouTube channel, but it's mostly pickup artist tips that would make Andrew Tate cringe. He'll pivot to music and at some point, but if you think it's going to be anything other than overproduced bro country, you're deluding yourself. And we do mean overproduced. His dad is the richest guy in Ireland. He will spare no expense for Chain to turn himself into a Laotian version of Jason Aldean. Oof.
All right.
Number 26, Lane Prattley. Ireland's least scrupulous businessman, and man, that is some stiff competition, might consider dabbling in super dark ambient synth, if only to help his father give up on life so he can finally get his hands on Prattley Cadillac. The old man just keeps holding on, and Prattley Ford Hyundai ain't cutting it these days, but Lane's more of a Travis Tritt guy, and the idea of buying a synthesizer makes him question his masculinity, so no.
Nope.
John Redcorn. Now we're getting close, right?
We're getting somewhere, maybe. I think John Redcorn would probably have some kind of weird ambient thing,
Yeah.
being Native American. A lot of Native American music, it doesn't have, I imagine, a whole lot of words, a lot of the ambient sounds and stuff. It reminds me of the 90s when there was like a lot of that ambient music and stuff.
Oh, sure. Yeah.
Chanting monks.
Speaking of, the Gregorian monks.
Yeah, why was that a thing?
I don't know.
What was that even about? I remember that
And then the
very
throat,
vividly.
the throat singing stuff.
I remember that. Yeah, I remember that very vividly too. I wasn't participating, but as a child, I was like, "What are these dudes on?"
By the way, you're talking about Native American music. There are a couple of really good Native American metal bands out there, and they use a lot of the traditional type beats and stuff in Native American chants and music and stuff. Very cool. John Redcorn has...
back to the Native American music. I know of some Native American rappers. I think it's I want to say they're from they're Inuits from Alaska, and it's like I think it's a brother sister or their husband wife. I can't remember what the pairing is.
Well, then
I wish I knew what their name was, so
different.
I could. Yeah,
John
that was extremely different. Yeah.
John Redcorn has 3 interests: native land rights, middle-aged married women with fake migraines, and late '80s butt rock. He sometimes tells his massage clients that
butt rock.
Chill native.
What is butt rock?
I don't know. I'm assuming it's like Motley Crue and stuff like that.
Oh, I got you. Yeah,
because he plays a lot of Whitesnake and things like that.
Yeah, Whitesnake.
He sometimes tells his massage clients that chill native instrument inflected music he plays during sessions is actually his own work, but it's not, and no one believes him anyway. Jimmy Witchard. He gave it a shot, but producing dark ambient requires the patience to hear the same droning sound for hours on end. And every time he made a mistake, he'd shout, "Stupid keyboard, you're not the boss, I'm the boss," into a hot mic. He doesn't understand multi-tracking software well enough to know he could just mute that part, so he gave up and tried to sell his keyboard for scrap.
That's funny.
All right, here's my favorite one. Number 23, Cotton Hill. Is it the Andrews sisters? No? Then go fuck yourself.
There you go. Then go fuck yourself.
That's the entire thing.
I don't see him listening to anything past 1950.
Andrews sisters? No? Then go fuck yourself. Debbie Grund? Who is that? I don't know who that is.
Oh, Debbie. That's Debbie.
Oh, Debbie. Dead Debbie.
Yeah, dead Debbie.
Again, making dark ambience takes patience. While Debbie has that going for her, she is willing to lay in wait for Buck and Liz Strickland in a dumpster of all things. So she also managed to accidentally shoot herself with her own weapon because she wouldn't put it down for gas station nachos for a second while climbing into said dumpster. Character traits that suggest more of an inclination towards Pantera fandom.
Yeah, maybe so.
Buck Strickland, the man has more depth than you might imagine. It's not all eating, humping, DUIs, and making Hank run the propane shop. Humping. When he's at his lowest, he's been known to break out his vintage Moog and make some of the most haunting sounds you've ever heard. He's also been banned from YouTube for reasons that are too gross to get into, so he's really got no way of getting his music heard. A poker buddy suggested he try Bandcamp, and he just rolled his eyes and re-raised on the flop. That sounds about right.
Yeah.
Randy Miller. This is the little skinny Randy Miller, right?
I think so.
He has a keyboard, and his patent lawyer father can certainly afford to get him an effects processor or two, but he learned the hard way that playing Hot Cross Buns and Somewhere Over the Rainbow with a moderate amount of reverb is not going to win over dark ambient fans. And once he learned about the whole stoner adjacent thing, he almost had a panic attack. Stuart Dooley.
Dooley.
After a long day of apathetic bullying and occasionally getting spanked by Peggy Hill, Dooley has been known to dabble in dark ambient home recordings, but whatever potential subscribers check out in his comment history, they run for the hills. He really needs to create a second account for his music, but that's way too much effort.
Way too much.
Joseph Gribble. Joseph suspects that playing any kind of music at all might get him closer to touching a boob, and he has access to Dale's keyboard rig, but there's something about droning chords with shit tons of delay that makes him so horny he's never been able to get more than 90 seconds into a recording without running upstairs to grab the binocular and try to get a glimpse of Luann. Nancy Hicks Gribble. She has hours worth of material archived that she's made to score her sessions with John Redcorn, but a clause in her contract as the local weather lady forbids her from having any other media presence, even a homemade YouTube channel that doesn't even feature her likeness. At least once a day, she considers saying, to hell with it, and breaking her contract, but someone's got to pay the bills, and it's sure not going to be Dale.
Exactly yeah, Dale ain't going to pay no bills.
Enrique. When he and Yolanda went through a rough patch, Enrique found solace in a reverb-drenched soundscape. He even started building a YouTube channel called Enrique's Ethereal Emotions, but as soon as Yolanda took him back, he abandoned it entirely. The single track that he uploaded currently has 11 views and 2 likes. This is fantastic.
It is not. That's funny,
really great. Doc Platter. He has an introspective, we all belong to the land vibe that meshes pretty well with certain types of dark ambient and is well positioned to create a YouTube channel called Doc's Ambient Montana Multiverse or something. But once Maddie Platter got wind that he was doing something that didn't involve livestock or currying favor with the Grammerdorfs, she put a stop to it real quick.
Yeah.
Rad Thibodeau. As a self-proclaimed genius, Rad could do anything he wants and succeed spectacularly. You know, the fact that they said genius, it makes me think of like the Wile E. Coyote cartoons where he goes, Wile E. Coyote, super genius.
Yeah.
Something about Rad's delivery.
Well, because he was kind of a genius. Wasn't Wile E. Coyote supposed to be a genius, but I think he just never got his math right. Yeah. He always has the right method, but the Roadrunner was always just like an inch or two ahead of him.
The ones I liked is where he's trying to kill Bugs Bunny. Those are the best.
I've never seen those, I don't think. I'm going to check those out.
The pretentiousness of dark ambient definitely seems like it would be in his wheelhouse. This is Rad. Still, in the end, he's just going to be Chain Wasana Song's manager until Ted has him beaten up by 3 thugs in an alley, Cape Fear style, for embezzling from Chain's world tour income. Unlike Max Caddy, Rad gets laid out hard, and it's awfully hard to sustain an EM7 chord for 15 straight minutes with broken fingers. Clark Peters. Clark feels deep-seated rage most of the time, whether it's due to his terrible hairdo or the fact that his high school principal assumes he's illiterate. And though he sometimes takes it out on his classmates, once he heard Brian Eno's music for airports, his mom has an impeccable record collection, he realized that channeling your turbulent emotions into ambient music is even better than bullying.
Yep.
Clark Peters. Carl Moss.
I don't know how he gets to be the bully, though.
I don't know.
He doesn't even look like intimidating or nothing. A bully to me would be somebody that looked like Joseph.
I think he's just bigger.
Well,
that's really all it is. You know, he's just bigger.
Oh, just bigger. Yeah. A little bit bigger. Okay.
And he's got that little ponytail. Principal Moss. Carl's experience as a public school administrator in Texas has basically turned him into a borderline nihilist. But when he heard Blood Incantation's Time Wave 0, he knew he'd found his calling. He can't get his subscriber total into double digits to save his life, but he doesn't even care. Making dark ambient is the only thing keeping him going. Jeez, that's sad.
That is sad.
Con Susanusen phone. Usually Con's interests are limited to what will get his daughter into Harvard or get him into Nine Rivers Country Club, but there are some music genres like redneck rock and dive bar karaoke renditions of adult contemporary that just grab his attention and completely change his worldview. He'll keep a channel going for a year and a half, buying increasingly sophisticated equipment and getting more and more experimental until Min points out that he's been neglecting his job in favor of his music channel. He'll brush this off at first, but as soon as he says, I don't think Ted Wasana Song would like this, he'll abandon ambient music forever.
Yeah, Ted wouldn't like that at all.
That is very much the case. Okay, now we're getting into the top 10 here. Chuck Mangione. He might have sold his soul to Megalomart, but when he records a sparse version of Feels So Good, slows it way down and adds a whole lot of phase shift and reverb, he breaks out the high-quality weed that any jazz musician has easy access to, even in Texas, it says.
Texas.
He feels like he's slightly redeemed himself. Kane Skrittenberg. When this whole pop punk thing dries up, Kane is going to reinvent himself as a soulful, mysterious, dark ambient musician. You can't go into your 40s trying to make it on a body of work whose most memorable moment is the repeated chant of "Fun Center, Fun Center, Fun Center, Fun Center."
Fun Center.
Kane might like to think he's punk as fuck for life, but there's just no way he doesn't do a drastic pivot once his drummer ODs from huffing paintball fumes.
That's funny.
I don't know why that's so funny.
I don't know, but it's funny.
Reverend Stroop, Ireland's most open-minded Methodist minister, except for when it comes to people trying to preserve pews, Hank, had the ingenious idea to add flanger and low-speed tremolo where most people would do a simple low-key phaser effect. God. And it's made her the toast of the YouTube dark ambient community. She was invited to keynote a conference on instrumental home recording techniques, but alienated the entire lo-fi ambient community by insisting they try her homemade lutefisk, and she's been a controversial figure in the scene ever since. Luann recorded her Manger Baby show for YouTube, and some prankster recut it to run at 1/10 the speed, mostly because he wanted to see her cleavage in slow motion, but we digress. And the resulting audio was some of the best dark ambient music this side of Tangerine Dream. Luann doesn't understand why this video has 100 million views, but the AdSense revenue brings in a whole lot more than cutting hair, so she's fine with it. Lucky has a zen attitude and lots of free time thanks to the settlement he got after his slip and fall at Megalomart, so his participation in the dark ambient scene was really more of a matter of when, not if, and since his wife Luann is already an established star, he could fart into a microphone, add reverb, and get 5,000 views without breaking a sweat. All right, number 5, Bobby Hill. Bobby's previous experience performing music was with a group whose sound could be best described as Limp Bizkit, but for evangelical youth group kids. But then he stumbled upon a copy of Steve Hillage's Rainbow Dome Music at a yard sale. I do not know what that is.
Yeah, I don't know what that is.
He thought the cover was pretty and something about it spoke to him. Plus, the kid is a natural-born YouTuber, so his success was pretty much a foregone conclusion. Bobby is a true
he's probably
YouTuber
somebody
kid.
that would be good at that.
Connie started out contributing to Bobby's recordings as a mild form of rebellion against her overbearing father, but quickly came into her own and began recording violin-centric dark ambient that was.
I could see her. She actually is a musician, so
100%.
it would make sense, yeah.
According to YouTube commenters, an absolute game changer. She and Bobby are now fierce rivals in the genre and are also married. Bill Dotry,
that makes sense.
You could see them being very competitive with that. Bill needs something to channel his profound loneliness and depression. This one makes total sense. Depression into a dark ambient was a natural choice. His most popular track by far is a morose 20-minute synth composition that features an eerie spoken word performance of Poe's The Raven. Bill tries his best not to start sobbing every time he said the word Lenore. Fortunately, his legions of fans assume that that's all part of the artistry.
It is. It is already part of the artistry.
I love the fact that this
Artie's
writer,
asking a question here.
Yeah.
Arthur, we do the episode on YouTube. I've said that a few times. That we're switching everything to YouTube. Yeah. That's the only reason why I'm here. We're doing the Friday right now.
Friday.
So everybody, if you're listening, you need to make sure that you hit the notification on YouTube. That way you get a notification that when we go live.
It's funny that the writer came up with the Raven because it does have the word Lenore in it. That's fantastic.
Yeah, it does.
All right, last two. Dale already has a synth keyboard rig, not to mention an innate understanding of how to manipulate YouTube algorithms, so he's successful from the get-go. He also realizes that dark ambient is the perfect place to insert subliminal messages about all his favorite conspiracy theories, which almost immediately makes him a cause célébrité with the Trump crowd. Fortunately, Dale is a good person, so he records a video of himself telling his fans that MAGA is the feces produced when shame eats too much stupidity.
That's pretty good.
He loses almost all of his subs and couldn't care less. All right, last one. Peggy Hill. Okay, here's what happened. Peggy knows all about Hank's Love Song channel, and one night she opens one of his Audacity files and tries to figure out a way to change the vocals to be about Sweet Lady Peg instead of Sweet Lady Propane. Unfortunately, she accidentally slows down the tempo by 5,000%, and while trying to undo that, adds a bunch of delay and reverb effects in a hilarious comedy of errors. This version gets uploaded to Hank's channel and absolutely blows up. Thousands of views in the first few hours. Yeah. Hank is baffled by his sudden success, while Peggy just keeps muttering that this is Randy Travis all over again.
All over again. Yeah,
There you go.
She wrote a song for Randy Travis.
I like that article quite a bit because they really went into the characters and fast-forwarded their lives and just talked about them. I thought it was fantastic.
Yeah, it's pretty good. I like that.
Yeah. I think it could have been less than 30, but still.
Yeah.
All right, that is a Friday episode. Take it, if you will. And I just want to remind everybody that the Monday episodes are always on YouTube and on Spotify as video. Everywhere else, they're audio. Friday is just audio. If you can, run over to Patreon. Check out that $3 a month tier. Just help us keep the lights on and keep sending you guys stickers. And Rusty, you want to tell them where they can find us?
Yeah, you can find us at bwaaakoth.com, or you can go to roguemedianetwork.com/bwaaakoth.
Fantastic. Hey, also get over there and check out Swimmer's Ear if you can.
Yeah, check
That's
out our
other
podcast,
show.
Swimmer's Ear.
All adult swim stuff, and we just kind of react to it as it goes on.
Yep.
A little bit different, but I think you guys will enjoy it. And that is it. We will see you again on Monday.
Oui, Matanye.
Oui, Matanye, indeed. This has been a Rogue Media Network production. In a world where dreams meet reality, there exists a place where your business can flourish. That place is Shopify. Imagine having the power to craft your online store with tools that make it as easy as a gentle breeze. Whether you're an artisan of handmade wonders, a creator of digital treasures, or a curator of the latest trends, Shopify stands by your side. With its customizable templates, seamless integrations, and support that's always there, your dream store is just a heartbeat away. Join millions of visionaries around the globe and let Shopify guide you on your journey. Visit roguemedianetwork.com/Shopify. That's roguemedianetwork.com/SHOPIFY. And embark on your free trial. Shopify, where your commerce dreams come to life.